Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. So last night, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu held his first presidential media chat, a highly anticipated event that had many Nigerians tuning in to hear directly from the president. The media chat, which was broadcast live on the Nigerian Television Authority and Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, saw President Tinubu fielding questions from a panel of seasoned journalists. Now, the president's media chat was expected to address key national issues and, of course, government policies. And it did not or did just that. So President Tinubu spoke on a range of topics from security and infrastructure development to human capital development and even agriculture. He also took the opportunity to reassure Nigerians of his administration's commitment to securing peace, prosperity, and also hope for a greater future for Nigerians. So now, of course, this is what we want to hear from you about. We want to hear what is your take on what the president said. The media chat, how it went. Were you okay with the questions that this panelist threw at the president? Were you okay with the answers that the president has said? Do you have any issues with the matter that he has addressed? Were you impressed by his responses, or did you feel like some questions were left unanswered? So this is, what we want to hear from Nigerians. It is your time, of course, to share your thoughts. This is our president. So if you're calling, please do make sure that you're being respectful. It's all about solving solutions. We're not here to do the blame game. Nigeria just has to be great. So it's a platform for Nigerians to share their thoughts on what the president said and how, perhaps, if you agree, then okay, we give him kudos for that. If you disagree, you give us reasons why you disagree and perhaps a better solution for the country. So go ahead. The numbers will be displayed on your devices. You can call or send WhatsApp message via the first number to share your take. Now, first, the president addressed the stampede issue that has been happening recently due to the palliative, Christmas palliative that we're intending to share, or some fairs, but just the festive season in general. And he said that it is really sad for those who lost their life, but we should not even forget that the people that did this, initiative is with a good heart. So that was also great, saying that his heart goes to the family of these loved people that lost their life. He also addressed issues of tackling insecurity, where he said, hence the reason why the budget has increased. There is this intent of fighting insecurity, and he said that former administration, he remembered talking to the people or addressing the people of Katsina due to the level of insecurity bedeviling the roads. But now he thinks to some extent you can travel safe via road. So he said there is also a gesture or work being done on insecurity, and he gives himself kudos for that. He spoke about the removal of fuel subsidy and forex harmonization, where he said it was about time. So Nigerians cannot, it's like we just have to rip the band-aid off, not wait until Nigeria is done for, which he said there was a lot of siphoning, and he was thinking about the future of, generations to come. He said that, one of the panelists asked, why not do it bit by bit? And he said, we should just do it at once. Instead, we were bleeding a lot, and he does not have, regrets when it comes to that. That's something that had to be done. Also, he addressed the tax reform bills for a modern economy. The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said this is something that cannot work. It has to work now because it's the modern world. We cannot go way back and then come now. And he said there is no going back on that, even though some people are still calling that there should be some kind of town hall meeting to make people understand what is going on. The president said there is no going back, so he's keen on that. But let's pick our first call before we continue to address what the president said. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from. Please turn down the volume of your device. Oh, we lost that call, really sad. Now, apart from, of course, the tax reform bill, where he says there is no going back, even though, we've seen a lot of resistance from governors and even legislators and even individuals in general that has Nigeria at heart. All right, let's pick this call. Good morning. Okay, the network is not agreeing with us. We hope that we get to talk with you on this because this is one important topic that has to be talked about. Now, another thing he said there is expected impact on his reform, made promises on that one. All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Rabi Salisu from Katana State.
Good to have you from Katsina. Let's hear your take on the president's, media chat.
Okay, when you X-ray this presidential chat, the president remain adamant about some issues.
Are you with us?
Yes,
okay.
Especially in the area of subsidy removal, which is send a lot of Nigerians into untold hardships because the petroleum product, this is one sector. If you move it from 0 to 0.1, so it will make Nigerians to suffer. Because when you look at the transportation fare, it increased exponentially, food item increased exponentially because of the subsidy removal. A lot of residents of household cannot feed 3 times a day. So we want the president to look at this peril to ameliorate this suffering from the masses because we all vote for him. So, and the area of security, as the presently now in Katana State, a lot of people are in captivity. Majority of the people can no longer access to their farmland to cultivate crops. No matter how intervention is coming from federal government, agri intervention or something like that, when you are not able to go home, to go farm, this intervention becomes useless. So there is a lot of things to do, to look at. Me, my own suggestion is that this media chat, there are some certain things that need Mr. President to ameliorate. Because if he don't have anybody that can inform him about how people are suffering under this administration, so a lot of Nigerians, over 80%, are suffering. So these are my take.
Okay. Appreciate your take on that. Thank you so much for calling from Katsina State. Now this is from a person from a state that is suffering insecurity so far, and he said there is still gap on that. Perhaps maybe what the president addressed was not as deeply as he would have wanted it to be. The president saying no. He has no regret when it comes to the fuel subsidy. Does not really show some kind level of empathy with what Nigerians are going through. Let's pick this call. Good morning. Good morning. Please, if you're calling us, can you tone down the volume of your device? If you're dialing our number, put your phone close to your ear so that you know when we peak. You don't need to hear yourself, through your device. If you want, you can go back and watch. You catch us. We'll definitely post this after on YouTube, Trust TV News. That way, you can get to rewatch. How the conversation went between yourself and, of course, us from our end. But this is a very serious discussion. This involves where we are at now as a country and where we are heading. So we need you to please stay away from your devices when you get the opportunity to connect with us. And also, please, let's be really respectful. It's not, like I said, a blame game. It's all about what is best for our country and how we can move forward. Let's not forget, when we're talking about our country, it involves the people as well. Good morning. Good morning. All right, I think we lost that call. Keep trying. I don't know, the network seems to be bad. By the way, it was one of the things that Mr. President addressed as well, talking about the increment in the budget, where he said that we still have a lot of things when it comes to infrastructure that we need to address, talking about roads, electricity, there's still debt, talking about even, internet. We still have a bad network, and you all know that we've been suffering from that for a few months now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling us from?
Salam speaking from Abuja.
Okay, from Abuja. Good to have you. Let's hear your take.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
My contribution on this matter, because even though I
Can you please speak
it.
a bit louder, because I can barely grasp what you're hearing.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I said that my contribution is that for me, there's something that President is doing, that he's supposed to consult the youth, as he's supposed to have some agent that will go to community and interact with them. What are the problems? Not just for him to just assume that, okay, he knows that masses are suffering, but he's doing something ahead of to quench the suffering. And he's supposed to have agent that will interrupt with the community. What are the major challenges that you have? Just like the loan that he's giving to students now, yes, it's okay. We know that at least he wants to ease things for the parents, but it's not supposed to be in that way. What's stopping not make sure that the university, that their school fees it can be affordable for the parents, for them to pay by self. It's not necessarily it must be a loan. Who knows what is going to happen after he left the seat? That they leave the seat. What if people cannot be able to pay that, and it should still be on their head? Make things easy for people to be able to afford it. It's not necessarily we must ask that, okay, let them be paying on loan. School fees now then the least school that is collecting least some money, the little money now is like 150,000 or 150,000 for immunity. Before I can be able to talk about the food stuff and other things. It's not done anywhere like that. If you want to come and start the nation, you have to really know what they are facing, what is necessary for them to take, for you to attend to immediately to ease their things.
Okay.
But whatever is there in his mind, he will feel like for him to go and do it. That's all.
Yeah.
It's not good. At least we are human beings. Now contribution.
All right, I appreciate that. Now, what the caller said is about how distant, the president seems with the people. He's saying if at all there's going to be a decision, that the president should, get to different communities, because we all know that just like every state has its own beautiful resources, solid minerals, we also have each problems, differently. So wanting the president to, get close to the people first. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Ade from England.
Oh, Ade,
I believe you can hear me.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I watched the presidential chat last night, and it was very pleasant. One thing is certain: there is no leader that can please the followers or the citizens. Rather, it is difficult. You can't please everybody. Within 18 months, that man has tried his best, and I'm sure more goodness are to come. It is not easy to rule on 200 million people at all. Now, let me start with education. The president copied what we do in UK, in Europe, in America about student loan. He copied that from here, which is a good thing. It has never happened in Nigeria before. Now people are, like he said yesterday from Maiduguri, people are giving their testimony about how their children can go to university with student loan. Here in UK, indigenous citizen will pay £10,000, foreigner will pay £15,000. Now they are increasing the price for everybody because the university must survive. So Nigeria, what they pay in Nigeria is very, very cheap. I'm telling you, education is not cheap. You want to acquire knowledge, you have to pay for it. That's how you know that you acquire knowledge. And president now says that many people cannot afford it. Then he says, okay, take loan. All my children graduated here, they go through that loan, And when they start working, they'll be paying it small amount. So that's that. Now, security. The president mentioned about Kaduna, Abuja, other Kafansha. People are traveling now. The less of reporting about crime has gone down drastically. I mean, let's give it to him. He's trying his best in that area. And the tax reform, he said, is open to everybody to contribute. Let's bring your idea. Let's share it together. So the man has tried.
But on the tax reform idea, the president clearly said there is no going back. So it's like him saying, even when you bring your ideas, it does not mean anything.
No, it means something. Don't say that, sister. If it doesn't mean anything, it won't go to public. They won't be calling those conferences. They won't be answering questions. They should bring your idea, not to kill it.
Ade, we're talking about, the president's speech just yesterday. And it's right from his mouth. He said there is no going back.
Go and watch it again. Go and watch it. Babajide asked him, Okolado, they told you. He said now the tax reform, he said, are you open? So a lady asked among them that, are you open to any changes? He said, yes, it's open. They should contribute it there. Go and watch it again. I watched it this morning again. So that's what he said. He's not saying what I say is the final. No. So I know that it's not people are going through hardship. I know that for sure. But there is no reform that doesn't bring hardship. We are experiencing hardship here as well. You can see some students, they can't pay their school fees here, foreigners, Nigeria. So things are everywhere. But let's bear with them and cooperate with this government so that things can be better off. So the student loan is a very good thing. Education is not cheap. It can never be cheap. God bless Nigeria. Thank you. Merry Christmas in advance.
Amen. Merry Christmas to you in advance too, Ade. Thank you so much for joining. Ade, it's good to know that Nigerians were keen on listening to this, and then even if there was anything that was missed, our attention is called to that. So yeah, I appreciate that. Messages are coming in, so hopefully we'll get to take them in a bit. But you can go ahead, call and add your own contribution. Talking about other things, he was asked about investment, foreign investment, and he said, those are things that he's still pushing on, and hopefully we get to see a better aspect of that. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What's your name and where you're calling from?
It's Abdullah from Mangu, Plateau State.
Okay, Abdullah from Plateau State.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear your take.
Yeah, our leaders of today, they are not patriotic. They are not closer to the masses to see or to observe how they are suffering. That's why they will come and be saying things that are out of faith. The people are really suffering. We hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us patriotic leaders that have the masses at their heart. If they will really see what the people are in terms of suffering, they have to pity people. I don't see a reason why a person like the president will come and say that he's adamant about what he has done, about removing soil testing. It has made many people to go to enter suffering. So we hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring a succor, will bring someone that will see the plight of the market. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you too. And hopefully God bless our own country. I think that should be a mantra that we should be, saying always. So, the president made mention of that. He addressed Nigeria saying that he understands that, people are going through this period, but these are things that has to be done, and Nigeria should at least bear with him for a while. Hopefully we get to see the positives and the seeds of all of these things that we're going through in future soon, hopefully. So he talked about, of course, expected impact of his reform. He said he acknowledges the temporary hardship caused by his administration, but he urged Nigerians to remain helpful and patient. The president is promising that more hopefully would be done. Also, he spoke about his cabinet, because someone asked him about his cabinet. But let's pick this call. Good morning. Good morning. Do we still have the caller?
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Hi, today.
Fine, thank you.
I'm calling from Yola. I'm calling from Leta. My name is Amawa.
Okay, good to have you from Yola.
Yeah.
So what's your take on the president's speech?
The problem we are facing in this about the problem, this petroleum problem. Madam, let me tell you the truth. We are suffering seriously because of the cost of the food that it is at the market. Because like me, I'm a retiree person now in Yola. I'm receiving 34 naira in a month. What 34 naira can do a person?
What do you mean 34 naira? 34,000?
34,000 in a month.
Okay.
Sorry, 34,000 in a month. Then I have about 7 people that are on me, including my mother, almost like 8. So what can this amount to do for us in all this situation that we are now facing? Because the problem with the petrol problem. At least let's head of state should consider our problem and reduce this fuel for us. That's what we are trying to call for him. Because we are suffering seriously. Because he don't know what people are suffering outside. He doesn't go market, he doesn't go anywhere, so he don't know what we are facing in this country. Actually, you have to consider and at least consider our problem and help us so that things should be okay for us. We are really suffering, actually. How can somebody that has family, about 8 people, receiving 34,000 in a month and surviving in this situation that we are facing in this country now? It's very, very hard. Seriously, madam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, I appreciate you for calling. Our hearts goes to the people, extremely struggling in this today's economy. It's not easy, and we know that. But hopefully the government gets to do their very best, to do it, because we cannot say someone is doing great until we are actually seeing that good. So hopefully we get to see that. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Shatima.
Good morning, Sumayya.
Yes. All right, so go ahead. What do you think about the president's first media chat?
Well, to me, I was very surprised for elected president to say there is no going back on a decision. Why did we voted him for?
Well,
we voted him.
No. Shatima, Ade called my attention to the fact that he said if at all there is room, if people still have something to bring, then they can, of course, come with it.
You say what?
Ade called my attention to the fact that afterwards the president said he's open for people to come with the ideas.
Ade, he was there. He was a diaspora. He's there enjoying himself. Are we playing the same gunman with the way Ade he is? Our gunman is different with him. Let him come and face the reality now with us. We know how we are suffering
here. Okay,
Shatima,
I understand your pain, but then Ade's family are still here, and like I said, it's not about pointing blame to or pointing fingers at each other. At the end of the day, we all want Nigeria to be great together.
Sumayya,
right? Yes.
Sumayya, what surprised me is we are in Democrat era. This is Democrat government. He have a role and we have a say. Why did we have a say? Because we voted for him. But for him to stand and say no going back, it's a very big issue. As an elected president, you have to listen to your people, what your people are saying. If you are wrong, you have to bear the criticism, so that for you to at least correct your move. For you to say no going back. For how long will we be patient in this country? Be patient, be patient, be patient. This patient will take us to to our grave. People are suffering. Do something do something urgently to correct the system. But you are saying people be patient, be patient. How long are we going to be patient? So an issue of these student loans that people are pressing him, I do not see anything good about this student loan. Why is the work? No employment in this country. How many graduates do we have on ground? If you collect this loan, how can you pay it back? That's the issue. Yeah. You see, we are just trying to cover things. But the reality is it is on ground, it's glaring for everyone to see. This government, they are not serious, honestly speaking. That's my take.
Thank you so much, Shatima, for your take. So
you're welcome, Sumayya.
So yes, Shatima is saying that he's not really, happy about the address of Mr. President. There seems to be a loophole from his end. That's what he's saying, and we hope the president gets to at least hear from the people. Hence the reason why, of course, we open phone line to hear from you, because after the president's media chat is a reaction to what he's hearing, what his people are saying. So now that he has said his own part, it's okay for us to to hear from Nigerians as well. Now, a few messages are reading. Hopefully, we get to read them soon. So he also addressed his cabinet, where people were saying, is he still okay with his cabinet members right now? He said, yes, everybody is contributing. And he dared the panelists that if they could point out one person that is not contributing to the administration. And yes, I guess there was no call on that. Still, a lot of sectors are still, battling on that one. But it's all about hearing from Nigerians. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
I am Adedamola. I'm coming from Oyo State.
Okay, Ade from Oyo. Good to have you. Let's hear your take.
Adedamola from Oyo.
Okay, all right. Good to have you. Let's hear your take.
Yes, I wish to commend the president on what he said yesterday during his presidential chat. It is a presidential, and I will commend him. So although there is still a lot to do concerning the progress of this country, so we just urge him that he should focus more on the issue of security and education. So all what he said, we really commend him.
Okay.
So on the issue of tax reform, we just want to advise Mr. President that he should gather economics and look into how things will not affect Nigeria, both the northern part and the southern part. And by doing so, we will be a round president that doesn't want to inflict pain on one part of the country and give other parts of the country some sense of belonging. So that is my take.
All
Thank
right.
you.
I appreciate that. Okay, this caller said he is, I appreciate what the president said. Just a call on what more, the president would do to make the country better, which he said matter of insecurity in the country. If not, Nigeria used to be at least to some level really be safe. So if the president can do that, I'm sure Nigerians would truly appreciate that, and it will solve almost all our problems. And also he called on the president to take a deep dive into this tax reform bill. Now, I know that there is this narrative passing that always affects only North alone. That is not true. It's just that the northern leaders they have more guts in coming out to say, no, this are bad. But then it affects every other person. I think just few states would benefit from this. And let's not forget about VAT. As every Nigerian, you will be receiving taxes from you, and VAT is going to be increased to 15%. That is huge. Wherever you are, it's going to affect you. So the tax reform bill, don't forget, are 4, and there's a lot that has, it's packed in that tax reform bill. Good morning. Do you still have the caller?
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, your name and
My
where
name
you're
is
calling.
Abdullah Sambo. I'm calling you from Mina, Niger State.
Okay, Abdullah from Mina. Let's hear your take.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we need to look upon the whole discussion that Mr. President has done. We said we are copying democracy from the US, that is America. But I believe their system is my citizen first, whosoever is the leader of America. He first consider his citizen. But why are we having reversed the case in Nigeria? The leaders are not looking at their citizens. Draft a policy that can touch the life of citizens. Look at what happened just in Abuja. Sharing of rice, how many people died? So it tells him that people are suffering, people are dying. So come out with a good policy. It is what the former president of Abubakar have said. It is not about the sharing of rice. Come out with a good policy that can touch the life of every citizen, either directly or indirectly. You remove subsidy, you want to go on a tax reform, which this tax reform is going to affect each individual, each and every Nigerian, through one or two of your transactions that you made. Take a look at it. The POS charges has now increased. When you want to withdraw 5,000, you have to increase. The charges has increased now to 150. So there are some policies that, yes, we need to look upon them. What will be the positive outcome and how long? So the tax reform, he said that it comes to stay. Actually, it is his own wish. But we believe 2027 will determine the outcome of the tax reform has come to stay. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Abdullahi, for that. Another person that it's not perhaps really excited about the president's conversation, but there's, for me, one thing I would say is I give. Finally, I was excited to finally the president is not just going to have a broadcast, where it's just like, I'm serving you, you don't get anything. We had people, seasoned journalists that understand the people, they've been amongst the people, they listen to the people, and they carried the questions of the people to Mr. President. So that was one thing that was really excited about, saying, oh, finally, we get to have someone that would ask the president, the questions that the people are asking. And yes, he did, which is great. But Nigerians, of course, it's up to you to tell the president what you think about this, comments that he did. I think, all right, we'll pick messages now. We have a lot of messages from Nigerians now. This one is from Mohammed Bello from Misau local government area in Bauchi State. He said, the president chats on various issues has influenced public opinions, bringing so many debates that significantly affect his popularity, which often swing in voters' decisions so that they can now scrutinize his policies, track his progress, and hold him accountable of his actions, and also shape their opinion of whom they vote, come next election. He said, I would like to react to the last caller in the UK. Please, he should allow us to talk about how we are suffering. Why didn't he stay in Nigeria? Here, in fact, he's there enjoying the dividend of good governance in the UK, and he doesn't know how we're suffering. I think he knows. He knows. I always give it to Ade that he's one of stakeholders in Nigeria, because he has people here. His families are still here, and he's always pushed for a better Nigeria, and he called on the president whenever he feels it's not right. So I think it's okay. Everyone should have a level of opinion. We cannot all think the same. At the end of the day, like I said, it's not for us to attack each other, but to attack the problem. All right, I'm moving on from that. This one says, good morning to Nigerians. He says, seriously, I'm very surprised for an elected president to say that his people, to say to his people that there is no going back on the decision he takes is unfortunate, and this is democracy, not a military regime. This is from Jamil Gidugo from Yola. Thank you so much, Jamil, for that message. Well, the president still said in the chat that there is room for discussions with, of course, like I said earlier, Media Trust Group is planning perhaps like a town hall meeting to address more, to bring a deep dive on this, tax reform bills by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and this is due to demands of Nigerians. We got a message saying, please organize something that people would understand the implications of this, and hence the reason. So make sure, like I said, to stick tuned to all our products, Media Trust Group, Daily Trust Newspaper, Trust TV, Trust Radio. Armenia would definitely keep you up to speed with that development. Do we have another caller? Do we have a caller? Good morning.
Morning. Yeah.
Yes.
This is Abubakar from Gombe State.
Okay. Good to have you from Gombe this morning. Let's say your take, Abasego.
Sincerely speaking, your station is doing a wonderful job. I will continue to be applauding you for the good job you are doing.
Thank
for
you.
bringing us topic that really touches the heart. Now, going straight to the point, the hallmark of a good government or a good leadership is to listen to esteeming people, to the populace, to all sectors. I want to sincerely thank Mr. President because he's doing well. Unlike when others were on ground, who were military men, what did they do? Security was 0 over 100. Sectors were 0 over 100. But this man came with no knowledge of security intelligence, security gathering, and look at what he's doing. Look at how our security are performing. Boko Haram, we no longer hear of them. Look at Abuja. Abuja is secured, unlike before. And sincerely speaking, I also want to thank the FCT minister. Because when he was in Port Harcourt, you need to see Donwani. There was a notorious criminal who was there, Donwani and his group. He flushed them out. And with no time, Abuja will become very peaceful. We should give this man time. He's trying. He's trying his best. And when he says no going back, what does it mean by no going back? We will not go back to our vomit. We will not go back to our vomit. A lot of things have happened in the past. People have squandered our money. Let him come and fix this country. Thank you. God bless you this morning.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Amen. God bless you too. All right. Talking about someone who is so far less impressed with the president's journey, he's saying that there should be a bit of leniency when it comes to how the president is running the country. I want to believe, I want to believe strongly that anybody that would come out to ask Nigerians to vote for him to become the president is someone that has Nigeria at heart. I want to believe that strongly because that is what we need. You have to be at one level of patriotism for you to think, oh, I can serve my own nation. I can give my own quota to my own country. And hence the reason why I understand for people who are saying, okay, perhaps we should give him a bit of time and hopefully he gets to deliver on his own vision of the country, of the future of Nigeria. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
It's Mutali from Abuja.
Salis from Abuja. Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, my contribution again, I called before.
Okay.
President said it, his audition last time that if you don't give us stable light, 24 hours light, that we should no vote in 2027. I want everybody to take note of it. He was one that said it by his mouth. That if you don't give us stable light, that we should not vote in 2027. That's my takeoff.
Okay. All right. There was this pointer. I mean, yes, the president said a lot of things, during campaign rounds, which we know it's what politicians do, before elections, saying, oh, I'll do this. But there is this thing that someone said, there is difference between you addressing or viewing something from the outside from when you get inside. And I think that is what has happened to Mr. President, is that from the outside he saw the vision of this is what I'm going to do, but then he got inside and every day there is a clarity of what level of corruption we have in the country, on every sector, in every level. It breaks my heart about everything that is unraveling these days. So we've seen a lot of leakages of memoir from different various sectors and industries, MDAs, and it breaks our heart that a lot of corruption is going on. But the president, in his media chat, one of the things he said was there is a deep fight on corruption, and he's gearing up, and supporting and applauding the anti-graft agencies for so far making some recoveries, and he's fully supporting them to fight this corruption that is bedeviling the country. Good morning. Do you still have the caller? Good morning. Are you with us? All right. I think the caller would just have to call us back.
Good morning, ma.
Okay. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning, ma. The thing that just called, it's not after during the election. It was after he won.
Can you say that again?
Hello? It was It's Mutali from Abuja.
Okay, okay. It was after, not during.
So after he won,
Okay.
he said it in somebody that if he, after he,
Okay, I understand. I understand your clarity. Yes.
don't defend him. Don't
Okay.
defend him.
Okay.
It's after he won. He said that if you don't give us stable light, we should not vote in 2027.
Okay. All right. So, okay, I appreciate you, Salis, for that. Salis seems to not be really impressed with so far, you know, the running of the country with this by this administration. But yes, he said that the president said after he has run, not during campaign runs, that if he does not give at least some level of stable light, then he should not be voted. But I want to tell you that there are things that are beyond the eyes, but then at the end of the day, it's all down to political will. Like I said earlier, it's still the same thing. The president made a lot of promises. We normally know how much toll it takes on one human being to try to make sure they correct a country to the betterment, considering right underneath your noses there are even people who are corrupt. But then the president even said that we should not pity him because he came out for this job. But then right now he is someone that should be pitied, because there is a lot of coming and going, and your people are crying with you. There is nothing that breaks a leader's heart than having the people cry, saying that they're not really okay with your own administration. But then hopefully we get to see the better parts of the administration. It really breaks my heart that this is going on, but the president, hopefully this gets to you hear what your people are saying about the media chat, and hopefully in due course we get to bring you more. We'll have to do our own part. We've given you platform to do yours. Hopefully we get to see a better Nigeria. With that, of course, this is where we wrap up this segment of Phone In Interaction. I appreciate everyone that called in, sent their messages. Sorry, I think we have few messages that we could not pick. But then tomorrow is another day to open the phone line to talk to you. But we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have another discussion. So stay with us.